John Corbin in the 4J, starting outside of row number 1. Row number 2 on the inside. Coming up from Belton, Missouri in the FoxNews.com number 55, it's Greg Clemens. And outside of row number 2, she is the driver of the Race to Cure Midmo Auto Sales. Number 5M, it's Miranda Arnold. Miranda Arnold outside of row number 2. Row number 3 on the inside, currently sitting atop the point standings here at the Double X Speedway and all in the thick of the 2012 Speedway Motors ASCS Warrior Region point standings. He is the driver of the Kiowa Line Builders VKCC Motorsports Impact Signs Awning and Rep number 28. It's Johnathan Cornell. Johnathan Cornell inside of row number 3. Outside of him, he is from right here in California, Missouri, driver of the Mawkins Body Shop Blank Backhoe Service, number 75, your defending track champion, Tyler Blank. Tyler Blank outside of row number 3. And starting tailback, you want to watch this cat here, coming all the way up from Bartlett, Tennessee, driver of the Rislone Engine Protectant number 10, it's Terry Gray. Coming at you, heat race number 1, Mitchell Moore, John Corbin off of turn number 4. And Moore will lead the field down the back straightaway. John Corbin, here comes Johnathan Cornell. Cornell takes that 3rd spot away. Caution, caution, yellow, yellow. Caution on the speedway. Not so fast, says Andy Cordy. We'll re-rack and restack the field side by side, nose to tail. We'll tie it one more time here out of turn number 4 the next time by. Keep in mind those 50-50 tickets will be on sale all evening long. We'll read you a number a little bit later on, and I'll tell you, ladies, gentlemen, we will have a big old pot of money to give to somebody tonight upon the drawing of tonight's 50-50 ticket. Catherine, I believe, will be making her way through the grandstands once again a little bit later. So if you didn't get one a little earlier, be sure to get yourself a 50-50 ticket tonight. Edgerton, Kansas, Mitchell Moore. Kansas City, Missouri's John Corbin. We're going to try it one more time out of turn number 4. Andy Cordy looks him over. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Terry Gray into the wall, back straight away. We stay green flag racing. Action all over the racetrack right now. 4 cars doing battle for the 3rd spot. Terry Gray looking to get under Johnathan Cornell. Now Cornell getting under Miranda Arnold. So right now it's Corbin, Moore, Blank, Cornell, Arnold, your top 5. Look out, we got trouble in turn 3. Trouble in turn number 3. Bartlett, Tennessee's Terry Gray and the Rislone Engine Treatment number 10. A little bit too much momentum down the back straightaway and carried it in there to turn number 3. Up and over the banking he went. So the caution flag flies. Some more running in that 2nd spot. Tyler Blank 3rd. Miranda Arnold running in the 4th spot. Johnathan Cornell rounds out your top 5. Greg Clemens, Terry Gray. Caution light goes out. Andy Cordy's going to look the field over this time by out of turn number 4. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Johnathan Cornell takes that third spot away. Cornell's got the wick turned up. Right now, Cornell looking to get by Mitchell Moore back straight away. Turn number 3, got him. Slide job, Johnathan Cornell. White flag in here. We got a battle for the lead. Turn 1. Corbin on the bottom. Cornell goes to the low side. Back straight away. Wheel to wheel for the lead. One final time out of turn number 4. Can't make it stick. How about that? What do you think about that, California, Missouri? Coming over from Kansas City, John Corbin. Holding off a hard-charging Johnathan Cornell, finishing in that second spot. Mitchell Moore finishing 3rd. And Tyler Blank rounds out your top 4. Then Miranda Arnold, Terry Gray, and Greg Clemens takes care of action for heat race number 1. Yeehaw! If that's a sign of things to come tonight, look out, Loretta. I told you a little bit earlier about the young man. Coming up from Memphis, Tennessee. He is the driver of the Nolan Audiovisual, number 23. Out of Memphis, Tennessee, it's Brian Bell. Brian Bell out of Memphis, Tennessee will start on the pole. And let me tell you, folks, I've seen him run the last 2 nights in a row. Coming off of a solid run last night, finishing 2nd at the XX Speedway. He is a go-getter. So keep your eye on the young man from Memphis, Tennessee, starting on the pole, Brian Bell. Row number 1 on the outside, coming up from Stratford, Missouri. He is the driver of the Prater Body Shop. Pro Designs Cooper Racing, number 04. Out of Stratford, once again, it's Brad Graham. Row number 2 on the inside, driver of the Viking Cleaners. Brown Farms, number 48, out of Marshall, Missouri, it's David Brown. Row number 2 on the outside, you want to keep your eye on this young man coming over from right down the road in Smithton, Missouri. He is the driver of the Ozark Barge and Dock Service, number 86, it's Josh Fisher. Josh Fisher outside of row number 2. Row number 3 on the inside, coming over from Lone Jack, Missouri. Driver of the Ted Hall Racing, number 38, it's Cody Baker. And outside of him, coming up from Fredericktown, Missouri, driver of the Cooper Racing Products Champion Brands, number 01, it's Timmy Montgomery. So here we go, Brian Bell, Brad Graham. I know they're not going to let him cut loose like that. Might as well just chalk that up. I have no idea what that was. It might have been a lot of things, but it wasn't a good start. You're a bad mama. That's your heart. Great job. You did fine, honey. So here we go. We'll re-rack and restack the field. A very ragged looking start there. Can't even call that a start. We're going to try it one more time. Brian Bell out of Memphis, Tennessee. Come on, Brad Graham. Roll back there a little bit, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I'll tell you right now, they're testing the patience level of the officials. You might see that front row move to the back real quick. Having a little trouble getting Brian Bell and Brad Graham side by side. We're going to try it one more time. Let's see if we can get him to hold a smooth throttle coming through 3 and 4. Once again, Brian Bell, Brad Graham, David Brown, Josh Fisher, Cody Baker, Timmy Montgomery, 6 cars, 8 laps. Coming at you this time by out of turn number 4. Holy cow. Oh, we got a big one in turn number 1. Holy cow. Well, I tell you, when you got a ragtag looking start like that, that's what you get. Brad Graham upside down in turn number 1. David Brown upside down in turn number 1. Cody Baker upside down. 3 cars upside down in turn number 1. Brad Graham not very happy. Josh Fisher trying to take advantage. Split the gap, went right between the two. And we all who have been here to the Double X Speedway many, many times know full well you ain't going to fit 3 cars 3 wide in turn number 1. That's what we saw there. Brad Graham on his way over to let Josh Fisher know how he feels, so hopefully we can squander that before it erupts. So we got the cars piled up in turn 1. We got Brad Graham going to voice his opinion on the back straightaway to Josh Fisher. A little happy Sunday afternoon Clyde Memorial. How do you do, Josh Fisher on the back straightaway. So a tough break. Young Josh Fisher just saw a hole and was trying to make it work, tried to split the gap, and the hole closed up on him, and there you see what ensues down there in turn number 1. We got Cody Baker, David Brown, and Brad Graham, all 3 of them upside down. Josh Fisher gets the start around turn number 1. Takes the field down the back straightaway. Smith in Missouri's Josh Fisher leads your field. Brian Bell wanting a piece of the action all over the rear tail tank. Now we'll try to close in on your leader, turn 3. So it's Fisher, Bell, and Montgomery, your top 3 runners. Look out, Brian Bell loops it around in turn 4. Brian Bell out of Memphis, Tennessee, loops the car around in turn number 4. Caution flag in the air as we were working lap number 6. Looking to pick up that white flag. Sprint car racing. Green flag flies, we're back underway. So white flag will wave this time by for Josh Fisher. Smith in Missouri's Josh Fisher on the move. Checker flag flies, Josh Fisher picks up the win. As he comes around Double X Speedway, give him a big wave and a big round of applause. He is the driver of the Ozark Barge and Dock Service, FMC number 86, Josh Fisher, picking up heat race number 2. Timmy Montgomery sporting some heavy damage to the nose wing, finishing in that 2nd spot. Brian Bell with some damage to the top wing. there toward the tail end, finishing in that third spot. And the other three competitors, Cody Baker and the 04 of Brad Graham. Here we go. Heat race number 3 pushing off here tonight at the 10th annual Clyde Wood Memorial. And your lineup will be as follows. Coming over from Elwood, Kansas. He is the driver of the Klein's Motors and RVs, Hunt's Car Care. Number 76 out of Elwood, Kansas, it's Jay Russell. Jay Russell started on the pole of heat race number 3. Outside of him, outside of row number 1, you know this guy. He is the all-time career win leader here at the XX Speedway, many-time track champion, driver of the Don Poot Fat Poot 14. It's Randy Martin. TJ Moose, Evan Martin in row number 2, Chris Auckland, Austin Allenball in row number 3, Taylor Walton. These your cars. Caution light goes out. Heat race number 3 coming at you this time by. Randy Martin will lead your field out of turn number 4. Caution on the speedway. We've got debris in turn number 1 right in the middle of the groove. Somebody lost a radius rod. It appears as such, as they got a radius rod laying right down there in the middle of the groove in turn number 1. One of your fire and rescue crew fellas getting down there to pick it up. Want to send out a very special thank you to my buddy the Booby Man and Michelle Bob Test. God bless you. Love you all to death. So good to see you. Elwood, Kansas, Jay Russell starts from the pole. How about the old Diamond Pet Food 14, old Porky up on the wheel tonight. Randy Martin taking that lead down the back straightaway. Randy and Evan doing a fine job over there last night at the LA Raceway, finishing 5th and 6th respectively. What do y'all think? I'll tell you what, my little buddy Evan's doing a fine job. He's coming along quite well as well. We got some Evan Martin fans in here. All right, here we go. Jay Russell, Randy Martin, row number 1, TJ Moose. And Evan Martin, row number 2, Chris Auckland, Austin Allenball, Taylor Walton. Here we go. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Here comes Porky down the back straightaway. Here comes Evan. Evan looking to put the big move. Thinks twice of it on Dad. How about that? Single file nose to tail. They go into turn number 1. So Jay Russell, your leader. Randy Martin second. Here comes Austin Allenball. Allenball on the move underneath Evan Martin, wheel to wheel for third. It's Russell, Martin, and Martin, your top 3 runners. Well, trouble, turn number 2. Austin Allenball off the pace. We stay green flag racing. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Caution on the speedway. Trouble in turn number 3 and 4. Martin, Taylor Walton, TJ Moose, your top 5. Then Chris Auckland and Austin Allenball. Caution light goes out. Andy Cordy's going to look him over. This time by out of green flag flies. Whoa, slide job, Randy. Could not make it stick. Jay Russell turns back down, reassumes the top spot. So it's Russell, Randy Martin, and Evan Martin. Taylor Walton looking to size up Evan Martin for third. Looking to go green, white checker, white flag away next time by for Elwood, Kansas, Jay Russell. One more time around for Russell. Your leader down the back straightaway sets sail. He'll set the car in turn number 3 to the top side and out of turn number 4, Jay Russell. Picking up heat race number 3. Coming all the way over from the state of Kansas, give him a Central Missouri welcome. He is the driver of the Clyde Motors and RVs Hunt's Car Care 76, Jay Russell, picking up heat race number 3. Randy Martin doing a fine job, finishing in the second spot. Evan Martin third. Taylor Walton fourth. Austin Allenbaugh, TJ Moots, and Chris Auckland rounds out your field, and that takes care of business for heat race number 3. Jolene will be as follows. Starting from the pole, the young man coming up from Nixa, Missouri. He is the driver of the Albright Heating and Cooling PPG Automotive Finishes. Jerry and Jeff Smith on number 86. It's kid Kyle Bellum. Kyle Bellum inside of row number 1 in the 86 car. And you want to keep your eye on this cat right here, I'll guarantee it. A short track specialist, and he looked blazing fast in his flight of hot laps a little bit earlier on. He is the driver of the Lucas Oil Motorsports, Mike Ward Motorsports number 88. Out of Benton, Arkansas, it's the Crawdaddy, Tim Crawley. Tim Crawley starting outside of row number 1. So we got your current point leader of the Speedway Motors ASCS Warrior Region, Kyle Bellum, sitting atop the point standing. Starting on the pole, Tim Crawley outside of him. Brian Grimes inside of row number 2. Zach Pringle outside of him. AJ Wirtz, Blackjack Brian Brown in the 6 car. Green flag in the air, we're underway. The Crawdaddy leads the field down the back straightaway. Brown into the wall, turn 2. Well, the caution flag waves, and I like to believe that I have a trained eye. And my trained eye tells you, you just saw a savvy veteran move right there, because not the start that he liked, so he got out of shape over there in turn number 2. And Blackjack Brian Brown just yanked her out of gear, and he'll try it one more time. I'd say more than likely that thing's going to fire off, and you'll see Brownie take to the green flag again. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, not one of his favorite racetracks. Boy, this place has been a pickle in the side of Blackjack Brian Brown over the years, so we'll see how he fares tonight behind the wheel of the Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps, Searsboro Communications, Casey's General Store, number 6. Brian Brown, fresh off of a huge milestone in his career last night, picked up an A main event win in not only the 410s, but the 360s. Brian Brown doing the double dip last night at the Knoxville Raceway, winning in the 410s and the 360s. How about that? So here we go. Kid Kyle Bellum, the Crawdaddy Tim Crawley in row number 1. And we got any Jesse Hockett fans here? The Jesse Hockett Racing 77 inside of row number 2. He's been going real well lately. Brian Grimes. Here we go. And not a very good start on the second attempt. Boy, we're having some problems in our heat races tonight. We were talking about Tim Crawley a little bit earlier, coming up from Benton, Arkansas, the multi-time track champion at the Tracy Clay I-30 Speedway down there in Little Rock. And like we said, he's been up and down the Lucas Oil ASCS National Sprint Car Dirt Series for the last 4 years, doing it his own way this year, going wherever he wants with Mike Ward with that Lucas Oil sponsorship. One more time out of turn number 4. Whoa, what are we doing here? This time, Crawley not getting away very fast. Brian Brown sneaking through the mix. Another ragged-looking start. So we'll re-rack and restack the field. Kid Kyle Bellum out of Nixa, Missouri. Benton, Arkansas's Tim Crawley from the front row. This ought to be a pretty good race once we get them fired off here and get a decent start under our belt, and we'll cut these cats loose. It'll be 8 laps of entertainment here for you. We got 6 cars for 8 laps. The caution light goes out. Here we go. Oh, Brownie sticking it in there. Kyle Bellum gets loose, makes contact with Zach Pringle. Nowhere to go for Brian Grimes. So Kyle Bellum gets high over in turn number 2, tags the wall, comes back down, makes contact with the 14 of Zach Pringle, and nowhere to go for Brian Grimes in the Hockett Racing. Sure Built Suspensions number 77. A tough break back there. We'll see if Brian Grimes can get that thing pushed back off. I don't know. Some pretty heavy contacts. Maybe some bent bars on that hot rod. We'll see. And we're going to try it once again. Kid Kyle Bellum out of Nixa, Missouri. Benton, Arkansas's Tim Crawley off the front row. As A.J. Wirtz, Zach Pringle will come off the second row. Blackjack Brian Brown. And the impact signs, awnings and wraps, Searsboro telephones, Casey's General Stores, number 6. Will take out a turn number 4 and pick up that green flag. 8 laps the distance. Here we go. Crawley leads your field down the back straightaway out of turn 4. So it's Tim Crawley, your leader. Kyle Bellum second. Zach Pringle third. And Brian Brown, A.J. Wirtz rounds out your field. Through turns 3 and 4, he's got that old top wing kick back as the Crawdaddy is taking care of business in your 4th and final heat race. Look out, Brian Brown, a big move on Zach Pringle's slide job. Pringle and Brown down the back straightaway. Keep your eyes on third. making sick. Zach Pringle hangs on to that third spot. Holy cow. So it's Crawley, your leader. Bellum still out. Doing well in that second spot. White flag in the air one more time around for Crawley. One final time, checkered flag, give him a big round of applause. Tim Crawley picking up heat race number 4. So Crawley takes the win. Do me a favor, Double X Speedway, give him a warm welcome and a big wave. Coming up from Benton, Arkansas, in the Lucas Oil Motorsports, Mike Ward Motorsports, number 88, Tim Crawley, the Crawdaddy, taking that 4th and final heat race. Kyle Bellum finishing in the 2nd spot as Zach Pringle, Brian Brown, AJ Wirtz, and Brian Grimes rounds out your field. Holy cow. That takes care of action for your Speedway Motors ASCS Warrior Sprint
Well, we
cars.
got, what was it, first, second? I can't remember what heat race it was now. Fourth heat race winner, Tim Crawley here. Also the winner at LA last night. Tim, sounds like things are really going good for you right now.
Yeah, you know, we had a really nice car last night in the feature and got that deal done. Done second Friday night over at Montgomery County Raceway. Got to run a dash here in a minute, determine where we start in the A tonight. Yeah. I think the thing's going to take rubber and get kind of hard to pass in the features. So, in fact, there may even be a little bit of rubber down in our dash. I'm not sure, but maybe we can get by a car or two in that dash and get this deal done.
I was going to say, it's kind of a narrow thing up there, isn't it? And I don't know. Looks like the corners, the cushion's already up to the top. So we're going to have to kind of play it safe and get what you can out of it.
Yeah, you know, the cushion, like you say, is already blown completely away, so there's not really anything left there to hold you. So hopefully we can get this GF1 tight enough to roll through the middle and drive by some of them.
Yeah. Once again, the winner of the 4th heat race last night at LA, Tim Crawley. Tim, let's have some fun, man. Go for it. Heat race winner number 2, Josh Fisher. Josh, I'll get it out. Yeah. Ended up just being a 3-car race there after a while, but once we got going, man, you took it real easy.
Yeah, we just kind of had a little get-together there on the first lap, took a couple cars out, so it was kind of misfortune, but that's racing. Like that, after that, you know, just kind of kept my composure and just kind of put her up top and took the win.
You've run this track quite a bit. Well, what are we going to be looking at here after a while?
Oh, it's probably going to get pretty slick. There's not going to be much of a top left, I would say. The bottom might come in later on. It just all depends on, you know, what line and how many people's running that line. So it can, you know, if certain amount of people's running that line, it might take rubber in a certain spot, you know, as hot as it is. But just all depends on where everybody runs.
I was going to say, I'm not sure how many laps they're going to run, but I'm sure track's going to change through this thing because, man, you get 24 cars or whatever they're going to start on this little track, like say, it's going to be different.
Yeah, it's going to be 30 laps, so you're going to have a start, a middle, and an end. So it's going to change 3 times throughout the race. You can guarantee that. Yeah. So we just want to try to be good in all 3 sections of it. So.
Okay, we want to watch out for this guy because he knows this track. Josh Fisher, have some fun, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Third heat winner here tonight, Jay Russell. Jay, once it got going, man, you had a good run.
Yeah, you know, he drawed good, started up front, and had Randy Martin right next to us. He's got a lot of laps here, so felt pretty good to outrun him, but I don't know. We'll see what we got going for the feature. We got to run a little 8-lap dash here, a little special deal. So did some changing, and we'll see how it works and adjust it from there.
This your first time here, or have you run here before?
It's my 4th time here.
So you know a little bit about it. I mean, this track's probably going to be wasted later on. Well, I mean, 30 laps of these big motors and these cars with the big tires, the track's going to be gone.
Yeah, it's pretty close now. I just hopefully don't take the rubber and eat all the tires off, but it's the same for everybody, so we'll see what happens.
Have they had the draw yet? You know where you start, or where he's going to be determined by this dash?
Yeah, we draw to see where we start in the dash, and then where we finish in the dash, where we start in the main, and I start front row outside of the dash, so we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Keep the pedal to the metal up there. Not much cushion up there, but surely you can get around there if you do it right.
And we'll try. See what happens.
Watch this guy, Jay Russell, going to be up front. Thank you, Jay. We've got
Thank
Roy
you.
Wood here, and he's the son of Clyde Wood, who were here for the Clyde Wood Memorial. Roy, man, this has got to make you feel good. Big crowd. Man, I mean, some super sprint cars and drivers here tonight.
Exactly. I think I work out here every Sunday night, and I think this is about the biggest crowd we've had here for the last 5 or 6. I think it's even bigger than when the National guys was here 3 years ago.
Well, that's like you say, that's really got to make you feel good. I mean, big purse. How long was your dad involved in the racing here?
He flagged around here in Capitol Speedway, up at Marshall at Saline County Speedway at State Fair for over 34 to 35 years.
Yeah. And you've been helping out here for quite a while too, I presume.
I started helping him when I was 14 years old. We went to the racetrack together, and that's 34 years ago. So, yeah, I helped him out a lot, and I sure miss him. He's been gone for 10 years, and the old cancer bug snuck up and bit him and got him, and we miss him. It's like I got interviewed by the TV people the other day, and I said, you know, it's not a night I don't go by. I look up there to see if he's still up there, but, you know, I wish he was still there. We had a lot of good times together, but I know he's looking down over me. And I know he's really looking down over me because I had a close call at Wheatland about 3 weeks ago when I had a car about 2 inches from me from getting me, so I know I had a good call.
But that is really close. But like you say, a fitting tribute to your dad. A lot of fans, a lot of cars, a lot of good drivers. I didn't get to know your dad personally, but boy, from the people that are here and the turnout, must have been a guy.
Exactly. And you know, I did this for 10 years, and this year I really worked my tail off to make it the big and best one that we've ever had. Like I said, it's been $2,500 to win and $300 to start. I think I raised right at $7,900. Plus Cooper Racing, I got to give a big shout out to them guys. Tyler Clinton, especially him and Donnie, both went above and beyond to get me over $4,000 worth of product to give away to not just the sprint cars, but to every class that's out here. So everybody's going to go home with something, little extra money, product, and everything else, and that product helps them guys at the next race and stuff like that. People don't really realize what it takes, but every little bit helps these guys.
Well, all I can say is great event. I'm glad I was able to make it. Clyde, we're thinking about you, man.
Exactly, and like I said, I really do miss him, but I know he's looking down on me, and I know he's saying that I did a good job. And every one of these drivers has come up and shook my hand and told me thank you, and you know that really makes you feel really, really, really good and really special when they come up and do that to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Roy, man. Let's go racing, buddy.
That's right, I'm ready. Good job. Thank you.
Tonight's a main event. It's all right. Will be as follows. Starting on the pole, by virtue of winning tonight's dash, he is the driver of the Clyde Motors and RVs Hunt Car Care Service, number 76 out of Elwood, Kansas. It's Jay Russell. Jay Russell starting on the pole. Outside of him, your all-time career win leader, multi-time champion from right down the road here in California, Missouri. Driver of the Diamond Pet Food 14, it's Porky Randy Martin starting outside of row number 1. The Kiowa Line Builder, VKCC Motorsports Impact Signs, awning and wrap number 28, Johnathan Cornell starting out inside of row number 2, and outside of him, the driver of the Lucas Oil Borders Plus, Mike Ward Motorsports number 88, it's the Crawdaddy, Tim Crawley. Tim Crawley starting outside of row number 2. Inside of row number 3, coming up from Fredericktown, Missouri, driver to Cooper Racing Products number 01, it's Timmy Montgomery. Outside of him, the young man coming over from Sedalia, Missouri, Smithton, Missouri. He is a driver of the Ozark Barge and Dock Service number 86S. It's Josh Fisher. Josh Fisher outside of row number 3. Row number 4 on the inside, Carrollton, Missouri's John Corbin, and outside of him, the 93 of Taylor Walton. Kyle Bellum, Evan Martin in row number 5. What is that? Zach Pringle out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Inside the next row, Tyler Blank outside of him. Larry, give me a 3 wide whenever we go. Is that a 6? Yeah. Inside of row number 7. Coming over from Higginsville, Missouri, driver of the Casey's General Stores, Impact Signs, Awnings and Wraps, Searsboro Communications, FVP number 6, it's Blackjack Brian Brown. Mitchell Moore out of Edgerton, Kansas, in the McCarty Motorsports Engine Connection 9M. And on the inside of the 7th row will be Memphis, Tennessee's Brian Bell. Outside of him, the young man of steel, Austin Allenbaugh. And inside of the next row, coming out of the B main, these guys thrashed their butts off. And I just got word after visiting with them, they replaced the whole front end, the Jacobs ladder, the nose wing, the top wing. If it was on the race car, it was bent. They just got it thrashed back together, Brian Ash and company. And they're starting inside of row number 8. Driver of the Prater Body Works, number 04. It's Brad Graham out of Stratford, Missouri. TJ Moose out of Sedalia outside of him. And inside of the final row, driver of the Rislone Engine Treatment, number 10 out of Bartlett, Tennessee. It's Terry Gray. And outside the final row, where are you, ladies? She is the driver of the Race to Cure Midmo Auto Sales, number 5. It's Ms. Miranda Arnold. 20 cars for 30 laps, $2,500 up for grabs. This time.
04, leading up the middle. 04, leading up the middle.
Double X Speedway, it all comes down to this. It looks like the turn 4 in grandstands are already doing it for me, but turn 1, do me a favor. I want each and every one of you up to your feet. These guys coming from all over the Midwest to put on the show for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cars and Stars for your Speedway Motors ASCS Warrior Region, representing the 10th annual Clyde Wood Memorial. Give them a round of applause. All right, thank you very much, Montauk County. 20 cars, 20 laps coming at you strong. The old Double X Speedway racing surface. Looking like we have grown accustomed to seeing it. How many people think Randy Martin can get this thing done? Where are the Cornell crazies? Can Johnathan Cornell get it done?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I know we got some Josh Fisher fans in the house. Evan Martin starting way back there in that 10th spot. Here we go. Andy Cordy's going to look him over. Caution light goes out. Green flag flies. We're underway. Randy Martin to the top spot, turn 3. Porky leads the way. Jay Russell, Tim Crawley, wheel to wheel for second. Early on, is it going to be a showdown between the all-time winner here at the Double X Speedway and the short track master from Arkansas? Randy Martin leads them lap 2. Charge on the top spot. Martin to the bottom, Crawley in the middle of the groove. Go wheel to wheel, turn 2, down the back straightaway for the lead. Randy Martin hanging on to the advantage. And Crawley right through the middle of the groove, turn 4, loosening a little bit of ground. Here comes Johnathan Cornell. Johnathan Cornell looking to size up Tim Crawley. Got him! Johnathan Cornell into that second spot. So it's Martin, Cornell, Crawley out of turn number 4. Lap traffic in the way. Randy Martin now about 8 laps in, working lap 8 right now. Just nearing 1/3 way. And oh, look out right in front of your leaders. Miranda Arnold out of Sedalia, Missouri, loops the car around in turn number 3, bringing out the caution flag. Sit down so the people behind you can see. Green flag in the air, we're underway. It's Martin, Cornell, and Crawley, turn 3 for the top spot. Randy Martin, a wily old veteran, holding off Johnathan Cornell for now. 3 cars under a blanket for the top spot down the back straightaway. Now Josh Fisher, Jay Russell, and Kyle Bellum mixing it up for the 4th spot. Lap number 12, and next time by just over 1/3 of the way, working lap number 13, Randy Martin, Johnathan Cornell in tow. Lap traffic, now we've got trouble in turn 3. Brian Brown, Austin Allenball, and TJ Moose locked up over in turn number 3. Here we go. Randy Martin picking up from lap 12. Green flag flies this time by. Will pick up Randy Martin, Johnathan Cornell, Tim Crawley as lap traffic lies just ahead. I told you a little bit earlier on, lap traffic should tell the tale for this one. Timmy Montgomery exits the speedway in turn number 2. Look out right in front of your leader. trouble. Miranda Arnold loops a car around in turn number 3. Zach Pringle with nowhere to go and nowhere to go for Randy Martin. A tough break for the Diamond Pet Food 14. How about that? My. Doggone it. Would you believe? Got 19 laps in the books. Just over halfway home. 11 laps remaining. Can Johnathan Cornell hold off the short track master Tim Crawley? Here we go, this time by green flag 5. Times around the double X Speedway for Johnathan Cornell. Don't look now. Lap traffic ahead. Tim Crawley closing hard. It's Cornell, Crawley, Fisher, Bellum, and Jay Russell, your top 5. White flag in the air, next time by for your leader. Johnathan Cornell, smooth sailing out of turn number 4 one more time around. Here comes Crawley, not going to have enough time. Cornell will look to get by the 9 of Mitchell Moore. As he does, he'll set the car on the hub of turn 3. And out of turn number 4, Johnathan Cornell, your winner.
Johnathan Cornell, the winner of the Clyde Wood Memorial here tonight. Johnathan, a little bit of patience, man. I guess it was the track you wanted because you sure looked fast.
Yeah, well, I don't know if a driver wants any of those kind of track conditions unless they start up front. And fortunately enough, we did. We started third, and oh man, there's just some heavy hitters this weekend. Tim Crawley was here, and he's been fast all week. Brian Bell, 23, I believe. Tim Montgomery's been driving. Randy Martin's fast as always, and I can't forget about Terry Gray down there too. So it was just, I'm kind of out of breath still. It's just an exciting race, and I was just, like you said, I was real patient. They gave us 30 laps. You might as well use all 30 while you can, and it's a real tough break for Randy Martin. He was leading the majority of that race, and he was holding the line where it was going to make it real tough on me to pass, and lap car spun out in front of him and collected him, and we kind of took it on from there. But I feel bad for him. But then again, we've gave him 2 wins this year for some bad luck leading also. So we're always friends, and we didn't do anything there. I was just kind of following him, and I turned out of the way quick enough. But rubber down track. It's kind of typical for California, but we seem to find the setup here.
How close were you to getting involved in that too when Randy got hung up? Were you far enough back that you had time to react?
Yeah. Honestly, no, I didn't think so. I think we were just going slow enough that my car could turn right. If I was going any faster, I would have slid right into him. But it's just the way this whole month, it's been real bad. We had this monkey on our back all month long. We've been wrecking a lot. But picked up 2 wins this weekend on this 3-day sweep, so we're feeling good. But, I just can't thank everybody enough on our team. Terry Dukes, Chad Seipert, Ryan Clyde, my dad, John Cornell, Chris and Gunnar Ramey, and then everybody that, helps us out with the car. Kiowa Line Builders, VKCC Motorsports, Starline, Jaeger Cycle Cells, Impact Signs. I mean, just a combination of all the great people helping me just puts us in victory lane week after week.
Like we say, it takes a town. But anyway, the winner here tonight at Double X for the Clyde Wood Memorial, Johnathan Cornell. Way to go, John.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Tim Crawley's second place finisher here tonight. Well, Tim, all I can say is I guess the homeboys here kind of pulled it off tonight. This little track down here, I mean, both of them boys have run on this thing I don't know how many times, and this is your first shot here.
Yeah, it always helps to have a lot of laps anywhere, but we just, I don't know, we kind of bounced around tonight. I think we had some tire issues kind of all night long. The dash, we definitely had one sealed up that wouldn't go, and then the feature, I was okay after about 4 or 5 laps, but every time we were having cautions or something, it would take 4 or 5 laps for the car to get going, so, and that never played into my hand, If the lap traffic would have stayed there, we'd probably been all right. If we run second. So we can't complain, 2 seconds and a win for the weekend, so I don't guess we should be too upset with that.
You get to go home with a little money in your pocket anyway, take it back to Arkansas, isn't that right?
Yeah, you bet. Benton, Arkansas.
Benton. Well, Tim, enjoyed you coming up and visiting with us, and sure you'll be back. Congratulations on second place.
Thank you very much.
Third place finisher here, Kyle Bellum. Kyle started 9th, made it up to 3rd, but boy, then competition got a little tough up there, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was just hard to pass on tonight. We ran the bottom, and we're just trying to be patient the whole time, and just took us a while to get up there, but when we got into 3rd, we ran out of laps, but a good night for us.
Do you think it might have helped any if there might have been a little bit more lap traffic? Would that played into it? Because it seemed like, man, them yellow flags just worked out perfect for those guys in front, but could you have done some good with some lap cars?
Well, we ended up getting 3rd there on the last lap because of lap traffic. I mean, it definitely would have made it a little bit more interesting. I don't know. Could have been good, could have been bad. Yeah.
Could have went either way, right? Yeah. Never know. Yeah. I was going to say you get hung up like some of them other guys did out there. But, Kyle, you're also leading the points there for the Warrior Division. You hang on to that. So, good deal all the way around.
Yeah, we've had a great year here with Jerry and Jeff Smith. Got to thank Tiger Towing, Albright Heating and Air, Color Vision, PPG, just everybody that helps us out. We've had a great year. We just need to keep doing what we're doing and plugging away.
If I remember right now, you're from down around Ozark or...
Yep, Springfield area.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I say, just not a big sprint car area down there, but real quickly, how'd you get interested in sprint cars and didn't go with the modifieds?
Well, my cousin always grew up running open-wheel go-karts and stuff, and I was just never that interested in modified. Sprint cars have always been what I've been interested in. I don't know. I can't describe it.
I know what you mean. I've been interested in it for, 40 years, I guess. And it's my favorite type of racing. I really enjoy it. But congratulations, Kyle, anyway, on that 3rd place. Like I say, good run up from 9th.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.